It's the Texas weather discussion video for Friday, the 23rd of March. I'm Donovan Neal. Cloudy and mostly breezy today, and also very mild. We turn even milder tomorrow on Saturday, and then our unsettled weather pattern for next week begins on Sunday. A lot of things to talk about here. Here's the upper air look this morning. We have a ridge starting to build, and particularly in the west of us, and we're kind of in that, and we're in a dry air mass for now. But for temperatures early this morning, they're actually pretty cool this morning, mostly in the low to mid 60s. We don't see that too often in late and early March. Mid-March, across the nation, most of the nation's southern sector is actually pretty mild this morning, and much of the cold air remains to the north of us. Just a typical late March morning. Take a look across the watch warning map. We have winter weather advisories and warnings stretching all the way from Montana down into Springfield, Illinois, and points to the east. And down here in our neck of the woods, we have red flag warnings for parts of West Texas into the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle, where they're under extremely critical fire weather conditions in that area. Surrounding that, a critical fire weather outline, and unfortunately, we're gonna see plenty of these during the fire weather season due to the worsening drought that's been going on in that area. Take a look across the categorical outlooks. This is the day 3 outlook. This is valid on Sunday. Now, this is where we have a marginal risk for severe storms for parts of areas just to the west of us. Includes Wichita Falls, parts of Abilene, and some of those adjacent areas. We're going to have to watch for a few storms that could produce some large hail at times. And this is day 4, which is Monday. We have a risk for severe weather all the way from Del Rio, Texas, to all the way to Oklahoma City and Norman. And I believe this includes areas just to the west of us. And I wouldn't be surprised if they expand that risk to our area. But this is Tuesday. We have a risk for severe weather for our area. Now we're under a risk for severe weather. Includes places like Austin, Del Rio, once again, and extends all the way through parts of Shreveport, Texas. And we'll talk more about the specifics in just a little bit. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days. This is valid through Friday morning of next week. You can see higher totals are off to the lower Mississippi Valley, but we still could see some substantial amount of rains, about 2.5 to about 4 to 5 inches of rain for parts of North Texas. Of course, higher amounts are off to the east. And take a look at Mississippi, where they're expecting around 6.5 inches of rain in some places in northern Mississippi. So let's go out to the model output. This is the GFS. This is the O6D run, valid today at noon. We have heights starting to increase for our area and troughing in both coasts, and down here we should remain dry, though I think we could see a couple of sprinkles try to develop during the afternoon hours. But the general idea is we stay dry, mostly cloudy with highs in the low to mid 80s. Saturday we warm substantially as that surface low pushes off to the northeast. We should be dry once again on Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. I do think some spots could actually touch 90. And here's Sunday. This is where our chances of severe storms come into play. And now Sunday, they're going to be isolated in nature, so you won't see much on the radar. So Sunday should be mostly filled with mixing sun and clouds with highs in the mid 80s. And here are the instability values Sunday evening, and it's dead center right in our area. Where the max Cape value is around 3,500 joules per kilogram, and that's maxed out in our area. So we're going to have to watch for the potential for a few severe storms that could produce some large hail at times, since that's the greatest threat. And here's Monday of next week. We have a surface low just to the north of Dodge City, Kansas, and we have a surface front getting ready to come through, and that could bring back the chance of showers and thunderstorms on Monday with highs in the low 80s. And here are the instability values Monday afternoon, and you can see instability values are around 1,000 joules per kilogram. Not ideal, but definitely sufficient for a couple of severe storms. Definitely worth mentioning. And here's Tuesday. We still trend even wetter on Tuesday. We trend even cooler with highs in the mid 60s. And here's the instability values Tuesday evening, and you can see around 10 or around 1,000 to around 2000 joules per kilogram for most places, and that's obviously a little bit sufficient for thunderstorms, but not severe storms. But this is still around a week out, and a lot of things will have to be refined. Now this is Thursday. This is Wednesday. I mean, you still see we could still have some numerous showers and storms on Wednesday. Highs in the upper 60s, and Thursday, if this verifies, we all the rain should clear out of our area by during the afternoon hours, and we should stay dry, with highs in the mid 60s. And here's a week from today, Friday the 30th of March. We have troughing to the east of us, and down here, that looks like a dry, favorable look. Again, that looks like a dry look with abundant sunshine with highs in the mid 60s. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Sunday, the 1st of April. We have troughing just to the north of us. We have heights starting to come up for our area, and down here, that looks pretty dry. We're going to have to start watching for some severe weather looks. So this is the numbers for the next 15 days. We warm throughout the week, and we should be in the 80s through Monday, and then we quickly drop into the 60s by Wednesday. I don't think it'll be in the mid 60s, but rather the upper 60s. But the general idea is we stay mild through Monday, and then the rest of March and heading into early April looks on average. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll upload it to the blog. My next video here should be posted at around 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Monday morning. Jonathan Williams should have the blog updates covered tomorrow morning. If you can, catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and a great weekend, and Godspeed.